Welcome to this episode of Junk Food on the Road. This episode we are talking about a more recent trip we took to
Malaysia. Or Kuala Lumpur, really.
Yeah, we were only there for 2 full days, I guess.
2 full days.
There was fly-in day, 2
But it
full
was
days
only in
and
Kuala
fly-out
Lumpur.
day. Yeah.
So,
well, we went to Batu Caves, which I guess is now inside the city limits.
Yeah, it's sort of part of Kuala Lumpur.
It used to be kind of out there.
Yeah, so it's technically Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah. And the shocking thing that happened to us this particular trip, food-wise, was that we went to IKEA and did not eat there.
Too crowded. The IKEA in Kuala Lumpur.
I didn't think it was possible for there to be an IKEA cafeteria too crowded for us, but there is.
There was also the lack of pork in the meatballs.
I thought the meatballs are beef anyway.
The meatballs are generally mixed.
Oh.
Hence the problem they found horse meat in it at one point, because it's generally done with a mixed meat.
That was in Europe.
And so our fear was that we would only have chicken balls.
Yeah. That's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world, but long lineup, no seats, chicken meatballs at IKEA. You put all that together and it's not really worth it.
Yeah. I think we ate at McDonald's.
Maybe. We ate at McDonald's a few times.
We did because...
Why do we eat at McDonald's? I wonder why. I think we're running out of time. Maybe we should go now.
Because you like the Big Macs.
That's why
we went to McDonald's.
Why did we go to McDonald's so many times in Kuala Lumpur?
Because of pie.
What kind of pie was it?
Because the strawberry custard pie.
What's so good about a strawberry custard pie?
It's the best pie ever.
Is it really?
Best McDonald's pie ever.
So you've had the strawberry and custard in Cyprus as well, correct?
Yes, and in Pakistan and at least one other country.
Okay, we had a custard pie with date in Dubai. But these had this strawberry and custard.
Well, this was actually...
I thought one was raspberry and custard somewhere.
No, but we had a custard and something in Shanghai, too.
Okay.
But I don't think it was strawberry.
It was potato. Or it was like sweet potato.
Sweet potato and custard or something.
Sweet potato and custard, yeah.
Yeah. No, strawberry custard. Yum. But this one was different than the other places where they do the strawberry and custard pie.
I will sit back and let you describe the difference.
It was, the custard was less runny. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like... custard with like a little sort of thin line of jam on top of it, which I don't mind. When I usually have fruity things, I like the fruit to be very minimalist. But this one was more side by side. And so you had a little bit more equal distribution, and the jam wasn't quite as sweet. And it was still the deep fried pie, so you get the crispy crust, which I really like too.
They were actually advertising them. The idea was that it wasn't like a layer of custard and then a layer of jam on top. It was sort of like a half and half.
Yeah.
And that was the whole promotion.
I didn't look at the advertising. I just saw strawberry custard, and I was like, "You had me at that."
And they were good.
They were excellent.
I think we had at least one every day.
I think we probably did, but we shared them, so we did it responsibly. I did have a very bad sugar allergy reaction throughout that whole trip because of the pie, but
And speaking of McDonald's, I had an interesting dessert there too. They have in Kuala Lumpur and maybe all Malaysia and maybe parts of Southeast Asia, McDonald's is really ice cream heavy, and it's not just they really like the cones, and there they have all these different flavors of dip, and they offer chocolate ice cream, which I remember as a kid. I don't know if it's like that in North America still, but it used to just be vanilla ice cream at McDonald's and sometimes chocolate dip. But now at this one they have chocolate and vanilla ice cream, and then you can get all kinds of flavors of dip, and I had a mango dip.
Oh, yeah.
And that was really good.
I remember you having sort of like an orangey colored dip, and I was like, well, caramel's not that unusual. I can't remember what it was, but it was mango.
It was really good.
It was in that mall.
Yeah. It was in, pretty much everything. I think we can almost safely say that everything we bought on this trip was in that mall, because everything was bought in a mall somewhere, pretty much.
Yeah, it's pretty mall-y there.
So, I mean, to sort of describe Kuala Lumpur the best way food-wise, I would say is it's got a lot of everything.
Yeah, we had some really good tapas.
Yeah, it's got really good international food. Like a lot of places say that they're international, but Kuala Lumpur, man, they really
kind of knock it out of the park.
It's not just like we're international. We have a couple of burger places. Like we have hamburgers. They have barbecue. They have pie places.
They had these crazy streets just full of different restaurants.
Yeah.
That were just so intriguing.
Yeah, it was all really kind of cool and kind of neat.
So we picked the tapas because why not? And it was raining, and we didn't really have to go outside
Yeah.
to get there either.
It was good.
And our friends that we saw there, just that night, they had been wanting to go to that place too, so that just totally made sense.
Yeah, and it was good. Like, that's the thing is, I would say there's a huge range of foods, but they're all pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, and we, as always, we went to grocery stores, and there was a good selection of stuff in grocery stores, like,
Yeah.
pretty wide range and not ridiculously expensive for a lot. I mean, stuff was more expensive. Obviously, imports are more expensive, but there was nothing that I sort of went, like, we were talking recently, this wasn't about Kuala Lumpur, but we go to Thailand often, and we see halloumi cheese there, and it's always like
$12 for a little
stupendously expensive. And we've been to
square.
all kinds of other places in Southeast Asia we go to, we see it, and it's not nearly that expensive.
Yeah, why is Thailand so expensive?
Kuala Lumpur, though,
So was like really reasonably priced.
like, didn't see anything that was unreasonable,
No.
you know. And they had a lot of we were there.
Even their public transport was reasonably priced.
Yeah, everything was sort of reasonable. It was a very reasonable city,
Yeah.
from what we could tell. You know, the 7-Elevens were always handy. Got lots of candies and stuff there that I'm, posting and reviewing right now. One of the interesting things about Malaysia is there's, particularly near the Batu Caves, there was a lot of Indian desserts and sweets and barfies.
Yeah,
and stuff like
that's
that.
true, because it's a Hindu temple, basically.
Yeah, like the Hindu stuff, like when you're around Hindu temples, you're basically in like these like little India places, and that's kind of cool. Trying to think of what else we ate. I mean, we ate lots of cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we had an apartment hotel, so we cooked at home a bit.
Yep. And it was, the nice thing is the grocery stores were
The breakfast was unremarkable.
at the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not to sound racist or anything, but Asians can't do Western breakfasts.
They really can't.
Like, every single time we go someplace and they offer Western breakfast, like, I understand Asian breakfast is not a Western breakfast. I understand this is not their cultural milieu. Like, often when we go to Asian countries and they offer breakfast, they'll have the Asian breakfast, and it's like a nice thing of rice, stir fry, maybe some chicken, whatever. They always do that right. But then they'll be like, oh, we have a Western breakfast too, and it's always so wrong.
Yeah, but if somebody asked me to make them an Asian breakfast,
It's stir fry.
I'd still screw it up.
I wouldn't.
I'd be like, I have no idea what goes for breakfast. I'd be all right in Japan, because I understand the Japanese breakfast, but I don't know, the kanji noodles and the collagen this and that.
I guess it's maybe a little thing. A lot of the stuff
Dim sum.
I tend to sort of.
Like, is there a breakfast dim sum that's appropriate?
I've had dim sum in breakfasts at places, and it's just dim sum.
It's just dim sum?
Just dim sum.
So they eat dinner for breakfast?
Pretty much. I mean, that's the same here. Like, you go in Cambodia, you go to see street food in the morning, and there's huge lineups, and it's basically just somebody making a chicken stir fry, and it's just dinner.
In Thailand, it's a little more. They've got some eggy stuff at breakfast time.
A little bit.
Like egg omelette-y sort of
maybe
things.
Yeah. Although you get egg omelette things for dinner too.
Sure.
So it's like, it's not like eggs are exclusively for breakfast for them either. So it's just, maybe that's the more popular thing to have on the street. Our breakfast kind of sucked.
Oh, they didn't suck. They were just unremarkable.
Yeah.
Like, they were okay. Like, they had beef sausages and chicken sausages.
Which are, you know what?
Because it's a Muslim country for the most part, so no pork.
Yeah.
They used to. Well, the first time I went to Malaysia, there was no beef either, because they were, like, Hindu and Muslim, I think, were a little bit more equal. And so it was like you could eat chicken.
My other complaint about Southeast Asia breakfasts is people don't, like, breakfast sausages are just hot dogs. Most of the time.
Or at least somewhere between.
Like, they're not sausagey.
They are really not.
You're getting hot dogs. Like, if you chop them up and put them in beans, you basically have wieners and beans.
Yeah, I gotta say that the sausages are. I would not say unremarkable. I'd say they're kind of remarkably yucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they always have a tray of meats and cheeses for breakfast, which is funny because you go in a hotel, and this is just a general hotel thing, this is everywhere in the world. You go to a hotel and they often offer meats and cheeses for breakfast, yet I've never been to someone's house and they're like, oh, would you like a charcuterie plate?
Yes.
For breakfast.
Yes.
Somebody's offered you charcuteries for breakfast.
Yes.
Not a hotel.
A bed and breakfast.
Same thing.
Really? But we ate with the family.
I guess so. It's
not in Asia. It was in Europe, in Northern Europe.
Where was that? Finland.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember? That was a really good breakfast.
Yeah. But it's a weird thing, though. It's kind of an odd thing. You're right. That is a very Northern European thing, and maybe that's where it comes from.
Maybe
that's why.
Because it really worked in Finland.
Yeah, it's great. It's actually nice. Like sometimes a little cheese, and bread, and some meats. Like it's a good quick thing. You can, if you're in a bit of a rush, it's easier to do. It's not just cereal and milk. It's quite nice.
Yeah.
But it's odd that I can't think of I've never thought of waking up in the morning, even on a weekend, and gone, I think I'll go with a charcuterie this morning at home.
No, I generally go with the bacon and eggs.
I'll go with oatmeal or
cornflakes,
Cheerios, Shreddies.
Shreddies.
Yeah. So back to kale, considering we're way off topic of that.
Yeah, there was something that you wanted to mention that I've totally forgotten.
I don't remember either.
Was it somewhere where we stopped for tea? We had that cheesecake at that tea place.
Yeah,
we just stopped there because it was raining.
Yeah, we're there during the rainy season. So one of the great things about rainy season is it'll force you to kind of run into places and stop and smell the roses and stuff like that, and check out the restaurants. But that was just at a coffee place.
Was it the super cool grocery store that we went to that had the organic nut store, and there was something there? Was there something that we bought in the grocery store that was...
There's a lot of Halloween stuff. Just kind of...
Yeah, we went to the Marks and Spencer, and they had the fingers, chocolate fingers.
They didn't have any left.
That's because you dilly-dallied.
There was one package left.
Your own fault.
You know what? I'm gonna argue that, and I'm gonna say they had a whole bunch in the display window. And I'm talking to you, Marks and Spencer. If you're listening to this, in Kuala Lumpur, you guys had some awesome Halloween stuff, and I might have bought more than I bought one thing, and it was my review for Halloween. But I would have bought maybe something else. But your employees loaded the windows up with candy and then ran out of candy on the shelves, and it was very disappointing.
Except you had a chance the day before to get the fingers.
There was one package.
And you were like, I don't know.
There was one package, and I saw a bunch in the window, and I thought, oh, you know what? They obviously have more. They're not going to just let them sit in the window and not sell them. This
is not our culture, and sometimes you just have to strike when the iron's hot.
I understand that, but I'm not taking all the blame for this one. Marks and Spencer, Kuala Lumpur. I'm gonna hashtag you on this post, and I'm gonna make sure you guys know you messed up.
Put your fingers out of the window and into the store.
Yeah. Well, although they're probably all in the bargain bin now. You lost money because of that.
Yeah.
Because now Halloween's over, and so now all your fingers you had in the window are in the bargain bin when you could have sold the package at full price.
Yeah.
And it was a high full price too. I don't think they were that cheap.
No, it never is.
$12 or $13 for a thing of.
Oh my God! I'm glad you missed out on this.
But yeah, there was the ice cream. We tried a few other sort of.
We went to the airport and got one more pie.
I know something we can talk about. Something that I discovered while we were in Kuala Lumpur. Okay. So they have Dunkin' Donuts in Kuala Lumpur, which is.
Oh my God, the Dunkin' Donuts. You had one.
I had a peanut butter and jelly Dunkin' Donut.
That was it. That was the thing.
And it was amazing. And so I'm not from the United States, and we don't really have Dunkin' Donuts in Canada, so I'm not familiar with the regular flavors of Dunkin' Donuts.
We used to have it.
Yeah, but we don't anymore. Tim Hortons is what we have. So I went to, I was here, we were in Kuala Lumpur, I saw this Dunkin' Donuts, I thought, you know what, I'm going to treat myself to a Dunkin' Donut. And they had, we have Tim Hortons instead.
Tim Hortons is awesome.
Yeah.
Don't sound so disappointed.
I'm not disappointed, but I'm saying, let me get on with the story. So I found this donut, and it was a peanut butter and jelly donut. And so I looked at it, I thought, you know what, this looks good. I wasn't in the mood to get anything weird, because they had these other ones that were shaped like coffee beans or coffee flavored.
They were coffee flavored, and they looked like actual coffee, like giant coffee beans. They did a really good job.
All kinds of cool stuff. But I thought, you know what, peanut butter and jelly, I like that.
And there were other stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I went for the peanut butter and jelly. I ate it. I liked it. I posted a couple pictures of it online. And a bunch of people commented, a bunch of Americans commented saying, why don't we have one of these at home?
Yeah, why don't they?
And I'm talking to you, Duncan. Seriously, peanut butter and jelly donuts. Why don't you have them in the United States?
The thing is, it wasn't like this super sweet peanut butter and this super fake jelly. It actually tasted like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on a donut.
Yeah, a donut.
And the icing on top was even very peanut butter
buttery.
taste. It wasn't like sugar with a slight whiff of peanut. It was
No, it was
proper.
It tasted
peanut.
like a sandwich.
It was so. I mean, I only had a little bite, but it was really good.
It was really good, and I'm like I said, I ate that thinking, oh, well, I'll post that, and people are like, oh, I get those all the time. Oh, my favorite donut. All I got was people was like, why don't they have these in the United States? So I mean, maybe you do have them in parts of the United States.
You need to hashtag Duncan on this.
Yeah,
one.
I'm gonna hashtag Duncan. Marks and
Get
Spencer.
ready.
You guys are in my scopes here. I gotta take you out.
Yeah, I don't think that you're taking Duncan out. You're sort of saying, hey, look at this super cool thing you have
in Kuala Lumpur. And people
I
will
think
eat
people
them.
will eat it.
People will go nuts over these
Whereas
donuts.
Marks and Spencer, you're kind of like calling them out on something.
I think the kids say throwing some shade.
Okay, do you want to hashtag Kellogg's while we're at it and get them to bring Genmai Flakes to Canada, please? Genmai Flakes. Yum!
Maybe I'll just write a tweet about that.
Fine.
But yeah, so that was. But yeah, I mean, that's a great example of Kuala Lumpur is a city that has like all kinds of Western and other countries too, like Europe, North America, Asia, like they have food from all over.
Did we see African food? I don't know. We might not have seen.
We went to
African
Kenny
food.
Rogers.
There was like a meat buffet.
I got to talk about Kenny Rogers real quick. Okay, I don't know much about Kenny Rogers. It's been a long time since I've been to a Kenny Rogers
Kenny
roaster.
Rogers Roasters.
Yes,
Kenny Rogers is a country singer.
Is a dude. I'm talking Kenny Rogers Roaster. So we decided we were there, and it's been a while since either of us went there. And Kenny Rogers Roaster is actually everywhere in Kuala Lumpur. Like we saw several locations.
Super popular.
That's where we went instead of IKEA.
Yes, it is.
So we went to Kenny Rogers Roaster, and so we sit down, and we order our chicken, and our sides and everything. It was all okay.
I liked it.
The sides, the macaroni and cheese was kind of bland.
Weird. Oh, I didn't
sauce
have
was a little
macaroni and
weird.
cheese. The coleslaw. All over Malaysia. Like if you are a coleslaw lover, go to Malaysia.
I think McDonald's even has coleslaw, from what I remember.
Yes.
So okay,
really good.
So but we go to Kenny Rogers. We order our chicken, and then suddenly 2 muffins show up, and I'm not talking corn muffins. I got a chocolate muffin, and I think you had a vanilla one or something.
I had the only one that didn't have raisins.
So yeah, well, first of all, is this something that happens in Kenny Rogers in the United States? Do you get a muffin as an appetizer? Is this a thing?
I think it's supposed to be cornbread.
I think it's supposed to be cornbread too, but
like I feel like it wants cornbread.
Should be cornbread
or biscuits.
Or biscuits, but it's muffins. Like I got a chocolate muffin, and you
with
got
raisins.
And yeah, and the second thing
you
is
could get a chocolate with raisins, a banana with raisins, or vanilla. And
Allison got the vanilla.
Fortunately, I like vanilla.
You know what? I ordered the chocolate with raisins only because I couldn't believe somebody would be crazy enough to put raisins in chocolate muffins.
And they bring it to you like 10 minutes before you get your meal, warmed.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so if I want to eat it warm, I'm eating it now, and you're eating this basically piece of cake.
Yeah, you basically give you a muffin, a cake, sweet muffin for an appetizer. And the chocolate one has raisins.
And so does the banana one. Who puts banana?
I can kind of see that. Like, I can kind of see that.
Banana nut. That makes more sense.
But I could see raisins. Like, I know people don't like raisins, and you know what? I like raisins, but I don't love them so much that if you were like, none of our things have raisins, I'd be like, okay.
And you know what? Remember your chocolate muffin? It was like pretty dark, and they put sultanas in it.
Yeah, that was weird.
And usually I'm like against sultanas because they're like the ultimate in stealth raisins that take you by surprise, particularly in butter tarts.
Butter tarts.
But this one, it's like they stuck out like some sort of weird, like colorless, faded,
glowing blobs in the middle.
So at least they weren't stealth.
So, but yeah, I'm just asking any Americans out there who have Kenny Rogers Roasters. Is it normally cornbread you get first, or biscuits, or is this muffin thing actually a thing?
Yeah.
I also noticed.
We could probably also look it up online.
This is the nice thing about having this is people sometimes just tell you stuff. But no. Then the other thing is like these muffins obviously were very popular because you could actually buy the muffins separately.
They weren't bad muffins.
They weren't, but it was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was very weird.
I mean, if they had said, like, you'll get your muffins last, I would have been like, that's normal.
Or offered us, said, would you like your muffin before or after the meal? We'd look at them a little weird and go, after, please. And then talk about it for about 20 minutes about who would eat a muffin before, then watch somebody next to us get a muffin before and go, that's weird.
Yeah.
But instead
we ate a muffin before.
Yeah, we ate it too.
Because they were warm, and who wants a cold muffin if they've gone to the trouble of heating it up for you?
Yeah, then we might not have got our food.
Yeah, that's true.
They
Because
might
they
have
did not bring our food until our muffins were gone.
Until our muffins were gone, so they might have not given us food until we finished our muffins. It's like a mother. Don't eat. You don't get any dessert or any dinner until you finish your dessert.
Yeah, and I got the Sarawak pepper type of chicken.
Okay.
Like, so it's like Sarawak pepper. There's something Malaysian, but it's on Borneo. The pepper there is so strong. It's incredible.
Is it the red pepper?
No, it's black.
Okay.
But it's just really, really super duper flavorful.
Is it strong, flavorful, or hot?
It's flavorful and like hot like pepper, but not like black pepper. But it's just really, really strong. And so I think we saw it once in a grocery store and thought, oh, good, we'll pick some up. And then we never saw it again.
Yeah.
So strike while the iron's hot again. There's a lesson learned for me, too. Yeah, it's amazing pepper. I actually have a friend who loves pepper so much that when she puts it on her eggs, she covers the entire eggs so that you cannot see any egg under the pepper. And she was at my house for breakfast once, and I gave her Sarawak pepper. And I said, you might want to use like half as much because it's really strong. And she's like, you don't understand me and pepper. Covered her eggs with it, took one bite, and scraped off like 2/3 of the pepper. And so on the chicken, it was really good.
Yeah.
Like I like pepper, so it was.
They also had salted egg sauce you could get on.
Yeah, we did not do that.
Everything. That's Southeast Asia. I've written a blog about it. You can go to our blog on Candy Critic. But I've written a whole blog about the salted egg is like this Southeast Asia craziness that I think people in North America would be willing to try it and probably enjoy it. So I think maybe one day we might see salted egg come to North America.
Maybe. I know a crap load of North Americans who have tried it in Southeast Asia and really, really like it.
It's because you can get it in so many different ways. I've had it in donuts, I've had it on chips, and the popular way is fish skin, but
I so did not like that in the Timbit in Shanghai.
It tasted like weird cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it started off with the fish skins, I think.
Yes.
And then it's just
there was two companies that started it in Singapore.
Yeah.
And then it sort of exploded.
Yeah.
And now everywhere in Southeast Asia, everything has some kind of
salted egg something.
So.
Yeah, you can even get like salted egg chocolate bars.
Yeah, we have that. I think on Candy Critic I've either reviewed or will be reviewing some salted egg oatmeal bars.
Is that what they are?
Yeah. Kind of granola bar-y with sort of a chocolatey.
I was a little curious about the salted egg sauce, but not enough to want to ruin my.
Well, that Sarawak
pepper.
Which is what you wanted to go for. I just wanted to get the plain because I was just in that mood.
Yeah. I was sad that I missed picking up some Sarawak pepper to bring home. Although we do live in like the capital of pepper of the world, basically.
Very flavorful in Cambodia.
Yeah, so. It's just not as strong, but it's the pepper here is amazing.
Yeah, I think that's about it for Kuala Lumpur.
Well, we were there only for 72 hours.
Yeah, podcast is almost as long as we were there.
Seriously.
As always, you can follow us on Twitter @CandyCritic or go to candycritic.org, our new updated candycritic.org. It's all neat.
Yay!
And you can find links to all of our other social media, which is really easy to find now on the front page
of
candycritic.org. But yeah, make sure to check out the new site. We were really proud of it, everything like that. And you can go to Patreon as well. You go to patreon.com/candycritic and you can follow us and you get all kinds of stuff. You get previews to this stuff. Like we often post these podcasts early there for all of our followers, as well as all our videos. You also get a Friday video every single Friday, or we try to do it every single Friday. Depending on the tier you get, you might even get some candy delivered from me to you, which is kind of fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, like specialty candy. Like I'll find something where I am and send it to you. But thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Concrete turns to golden white. Toffee airplanes taking flight. Licorice branches shade your eyes. Not just blue but rainbow skies. Snowflakes fall like powdered sugar. Swedish fish swim in the river. La 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 la. sugar daddy's rain, caramel drops. This candy city will never ever stop, except when you become awake, awaiting your lovely lunch break. You're just an average human being, not doing anything to benefit humanity. La 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 la.